With Biden's presidency sinking like the Titanic, the Democrats are beginning to abandon ship. In this video, we're going to take a look at the increasing number of reports that show the Democrats are headed for a historic bloodbath in the 2022 midterms. We're going to see how this disaster is being foreshadowed by the record number of DemoRATS that are beginning to flee the ship. And stick with me to the very end of this video when I'll reveal precisely why the PATRIOT majority in our nation is growing and growing by the day. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Patriots all across the globe. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, I am your daily fake news antidote, offering patriotic analysis to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe. But before we begin, I am so excited to announce our new Conservative Patriot Live virtual event on November 12th and 13th, where I and several special guests will teach you to help build a society completely free from all things woke and to experience once again the nation that we know and love. It's a virtual event, so you don't even have to leave the comfort of your own couch. And over the course of 2 days, you're going to learn how to become a part of and help build parallel structures in our society so we can all be free once and for all from woke corporations and woke institutions. It's an event like nothing else where I show you the tangible steps for how to fight for freedom and take back the customs, cultures, and traditions that we so love. So make sure to click on that link below right now to get your tickets to this awesome and unique event. And to make it even sweeter, if you click on that link below right now, you can take advantage of our early bird special and register at a super low price, upwards of 80% off. But that special offer is going to expire on Wednesday midnight. So don't miss it. Click on that link below and take advantage of our early bird special. And I'll see you for a weekend that promises to be a game changer for your life like never before. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. It's becoming increasingly evident to more and more pundits that the Democrats are doomed in 2022. The midterms are shaping up to be an absolute bloodbath at the polls. A new report from The Hill that cited several Democratic strategists and operatives who stated rather openly the Democrats are headed for a historic defeat in a matter of mere months. As we stand, the GOP needs to flip only 5 seats, a literal handful of seats, to take back control of the House, and it's becoming increasingly clear that they're going to far exceed that. According to the latest Quinnipiac poll, the Republicans now lead the generic ballot 47 to 44%. Just to give you a sense of how significant that is, this is the first time the Republicans have led the Democrats in nearly 8 years, since 2014, 2 midterms ago. Back then, the last time Republicans polled this high, they went on to utterly slaughter the Democrats in the 2014 midterms. They took control of the Senate, they expanded the majority in the House, they won thousands upon thousands of local and state legislative seats. It was an absolute bloodbath for the Democrats. And we are seeing virtually identical polling for the upcoming midterms in 2022. Biden's poll numbers continue to implode. According to the latest Zogby poll of nearly 1,000 likely voters, Biden is sinking like the Titanic. Look at these numbers. Right now as we speak, Biden's approval rating has cratered to an utterly humiliating 36.4%. I mean, let that hit 36%. His negatives have hit 61%. If you haven't even seen it, you will definitely want to check out a video I did on CNN analysts predicting Trump is going to win re-election in 2024. You heard that right. CNN is predicting this. I'll link the video down below for if you don't believe it. I'll link it down in the pinned comments section after this one so you can watch it. I mean, the establishment media is in utter panic mode. For example, A.B. Stoddard, writing for Real Clear Politics, is sounding the alarm bells for Democrats with regard to the midterms. Look at this headline. If the polls are right, the Dems are doomed. If they're wrong, it's even worse. Now, you may not have heard about this, but the Democrats have lost hundreds of thousands of voters over the last several months, right? Did you know that, by the way? Of course, the media isn't reporting on it. The Hill reported registrations down for Democrats since in Florida by more than 200,000, in North Carolina by more than 135,000, and in Pennsylvania by more than 200,000. And this writer here is basically saying Democrats are in for an absolute bloodbath. All the polls show that Biden is a total loser. Democrats would be lucky if they won in some of the most solid blue districts in the nation. And if the polls are off, given the trends, they won't even do that. And that's because, as Stoddard points out in this article, virtually all the polls in 2020 were completely off precisely because the pollsters oversampled Democrats. The polls were skewed towards a far larger turnout among liberal Democrats than what actually happened. And if that's the case today with these latest polls, then the bloodbath in 2022 is going to be even worse than these polls suggest. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we're beginning to see the rats, the DemoRATS, flee the ship. And that's because Democrats are actually leaving. So far, 13 Democrats have decided to officially call it quits on in the House, leaving their seats open for a competitive fight and giving Republicans a chance to gain another seat. And House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy predicts more are to come. More Democrats will indeed start fleeing the sinking ship in the months ahead as the dire nature of the Democrats' future becomes more and more apparent. Now, all of that said, of course, anything can happen. This is politics, and politics can be radically unpredictable. However, there are trends, very important, significant trends, that suggest that the best days are yet to come. That is indeed the one and only Donald Trump will be back, as my totally cool shirt says, which you can get, by the way, by clicking on the link below. Not only are you going to get a totally awesome shirt like this, but you'll be supporting this channel as well in our merch store. But a major patriotic trend that's happening right now as we speak is the new partisan split that's developing between college graduates and non-college graduates. When all is said and done, college grads, okay, who've gone through the woke indoctrination of our university campuses, they're flocking to the Democrats. All the while, non-college grads, those who have not been indoctrinated, are flocking to the Republicans. A study by the Voter Study Group found that white non-college voters comprised 2/3 of Trump's base in the 2016 primaries and 3/5 in the election. Among those who claimed that they wanted to preserve their culture, their custom, and their traditions, only 1 in 8 went to college. This coming from studies compiled by Roger Eatwell and Matthew Goodwin. Hillary Clinton lost among whites without college degrees so badly that even if she received Obama's turnout among blacks, she still would have lost the 2016 election. During the primaries, Trump won more than 150 counties where at least 8 in 10 people did not have college degrees. And it's not just here in the United States. In Britain, Brexit was supported overwhelmingly by 74% of voters without college degrees. By contrast, 84% of Brits under the age of 34 with college degrees voted to remain in the EU. So, what we're seeing here is that our politics are beginning to realign around whether one ended up getting indoctrinated by college. If you went to college, generally speaking, okay, you're aligning with the Democrats. If you forsook college, you're aligning with the Republicans. And here's the kicker. You ready for this? Only 36% of our population graduates from college. Only 36%. And they tend to populate in condensed, centralized urban areas, whereas non-college graduates tend to spread out across the country. And so the Electoral College disproportionately favors a major growing Republican demographic. This is why analysts at CNN are admitting that the Democrats are not just doomed in 2022, but President Trump will most likely win re-election in 2024. When all is said and done, it's because this increasing political polarization between college grads and non-college grads disproportionately favors the GOP. And it's a demographic divide that's growing, by the way. For example, back in 2007, birth rates among rural populations were just 5% more than in metro counties. That fertility advantage has surged to nearly 15% today, a 300% increase in just over a decade. Scholars recognize that rising birth rates among more religious rural folk and declining birth rates among secular metro folk are already beginning to remake the nation to a far more conservative and religious landscape. So all of this is to say that things just keep getting worse and worse for the Democrats. Indeed, if these demographic and political trends continue, the Democrats aren't just doomed when it comes to the upcoming midterms. They may be doomed permanently. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video on CNN going into full meltdown as their analysts predict Trump will indeed win re-election in 2024. You are not going to want to miss that. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.